Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Family Law Talk.
Family Law Talk.
Presented by Kirk Stange of Stange Law Firm, PC. Stange Law Firm is a family law firm with offices in Missouri and Illinois. Now, here's your host, Kirk Stange.
Welcome to Family Law Talk. Today we have an interesting topic. The topic is second opinions in divorce or family law cases. And this is based on an article on our blog, familylawheadquarters.com. The date is April 19th, 2015, and the title of the article is When Should I Get a Second Opinion? So as a follow-up to the episode today, you could definitely go to familylawheadquarters.com. You can read the blog article we've got on this topic as well as a follow-up to the episode today. So the question today is kind of a simple one. Obviously, when a client hires a family law attorney, they put a lot of faith and hope in that attorney. Obviously, the lives of their family and in themselves in a lot of respects in terms of the property and debt division and child custody and child support or spousal support or whatever other issues might be in play in the family law case. You know, a client puts a lot of hope in that attorney, and they're hoping that attorney at the end of the day zealously advocates for them, that attorney is diligent and competent, and that at the end of the day they really put the best case forward for them to ensure that the result is one that is just at the end of the day and that it's in the best interest of the kids. And so it's obviously a difficult decision, I think, for any individual out there who has to choose the law firm or attorney that they're going to work with in their particular family law case. And when they make that decision and when the ship is sailing smoothly, all is usually well in the attorney-client relationship. So if things are going well, things seem to be moving in the direction that the client ultimately wants the case to go, and the client is generally happy, especially if their goals are being obtained, their ideas and principles that they wanted to see put forth in the case. Then again, usually that relationship goes pretty well. What's tough is when some bumps get hit in the water or when the case isn't going in the direction that the client wants. And in some of these circumstances, clients can often begin to wonder whether or not they're working with the right attorney or not. Not all the time. Obviously, lots of individuals, I think, get that there's some unpredictability in terms of family law litigation, that no attorney can predict with certainty what's going to happen. Obviously, every case is different. It's a unique set of facts. You're dealing with different judges, different parties involved, and all of that can lead to different dynamics and can lead to really different results for different folks just based on the unique circumstances of their individual situation. So hopefully most parties are patient with their attorney and understand that while the client is going through a lot in terms of going through a family law case, it's not an easy field to practice in for family law attorneys as well. In terms of practicing in family law litigation, there's a lot of variables, and it's a tough area of law that isn't for the faint of heart. It really takes a tough attorney to practice in this area of law, just given the types of cases that a family law attorney has to deal with. But in some circumstances, a party might have some questions. They might begin to wonder on some level in terms of, they're working with the right attorney or not. And when this happens, obviously some clients might contemplate whether or not a fresh set of eyes on the case might be helpful in terms of maybe getting the client to the particular result they want to get to. And so lots of clients begin wondering in certain circumstances. Lots of individuals will pick up the phone and maybe set up consults with other family law attorneys out there to see if maybe they have a different perspective. Maybe this other attorney they contemplate might be able to do various different things that might put them theoretically in somewhat of a better position. And so, this happens when the bumps get hit in the road, when maybe the case isn't going in the exact manner that the client wants it to go. And so the question is, again, when should an individual get a second opinion, or when should an individual think about getting a second opinion? And this is the question lots of individuals going through family law cases have, and that's the topic of the article in the podcast here today. And as a whole, obviously this is very, very case by case, and each situation is totally and uniquely different. And so any individual client's going to have to make the call on this on their own in terms of weighing the unique factors of their case and the particulars, because obviously every situation is totally and 100% different. But, at the end of the day, if the case is hitting some speed bumps and maybe the case isn't going in the exact direction that the client wants, but they still feel like the attorney's working hard, that the attorney's trying hard, that the attorney's heart is in the right place, and that, again, just some speed bumps are being hit. Ordinarily in those situations, some patience with the attorney, some understanding that, not everything is going to go the client's particular way in a case might be useful in a lot of circumstances. Obviously, the attorney can't always control what a judge might do in a case, what a guardian ad litem might do in terms of a recommendation if you're dealing with a child custody case, for example. And so at the end of the day, the attorney's job is to provide a diligent, competent, and communicative representation of the client. And so the question is the attorney doing that, but yet the case just isn't going exactly as the client wants? Again, in those circumstances, some patience can be a good thing in a lot of circumstances. Oftentimes, the clients that end up with a good result, they hit some speed bumps throughout the duration of that case, but at the end of the day, they remain patient, they remain calm, and ultimately, the case ends up going in a positive direction for them because a judge can surmise from the situation that, hey, this is a level-headed person, this is a person who seems to show some good traits, some good attributes. When facing some adversity, this individual remains calm and patient, doesn't lose their cool, doesn't lose their temper. They continue to abide by court orders, and they continue to do what's in the best interest of their kids. So, in most circumstances, sticking with your attorney if they're working hard and they're being diligent, competent, and communicative is the right path. Obviously, in some cases, on the flip end, a party might have some real concerns about their attorney. Maybe they feel like the attorney isn't communicating with them or isn't being diligent or competent. In some cases, maybe a client has a feeling that at the end of the day, the client isn't being zealously advocated for by the attorney based on legitimate concerns. And again, that's all the different stuff a party has to kind of weigh in making the decision. But obviously, it's a very, very difficult decision to have to make. As a general rule, some patience and sticking with the attorney that you hired oftentimes pays off for a lot of clients. I know this is a difficult topic for a lot of folks. Lots of folks at the end of the day struggle with this and might switch attorneys in the midst of litigation or whatnot. So I know it's a hard decision. It's a hard thing in terms of analyzing for a lot of folks who especially haven't been through a family law or divorce case before and just aren't used to being in the midst of litigation, because obviously litigation can be a very hard thing. But at the end of the day, that's the topic that we have here today. Again, is a follow-up to the episode. Go to familylawheadquarters.com. Check out the article April 19th, 2015, titled When Should I Get a Second Opinion? Definitely an interesting article. Definitely an interesting topic that lots of individuals struggle with in the midst of a family law case. So we wanted to cover it here today briefly. We appreciate you tuning in, and stay tuned for our next episode coming up. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to Family Law Talk.
Family Law Talk
with Kirk Stange. Visit StangeLawFirm.com for more about today's topic, or to put Stange Law Firm to work for your family today. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision that should not be based solely upon advertisements. Neither the Supreme Court of Missouri or Illinois reviews or approves certifying organizations or specialist designations. The information you obtain on this podcast is not, nor is it intended to be legal advice. You should contact an attorney for advice regarding your individual situation. We invite you to contact us and welcome your calls, letters, and electronic mail. Contacting us does not create an attorney-client relationship. Please do not send any confidential information to us until such time as an attorney-client relationship has been established. And finally, past results afford no guarantee of future results, and every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Get great holiday savings with digital coupons at Safeway. This week at Safeway, get bone-in USDA choice beef ribeye roast for $5.97 per pound with digital coupon. Limit 1 while supplies last. Plus, get large gold pineapple for just 97 cents each with digital coupon. Limit 1. Also this week at Safeway, get bone-in signature select classic ham, shank half or whole, for only 87 cents per pound with digital coupon. Limit 2 items. Visit Safeway.com or head in store for more deals.
Breast milk science. It's a thing, and it's our thing. We're ByHeart. We're an infant formula company on a mission to get a lot closer to the most superfood on the planet, breast milk. Our patented protein blend has more of the important and most abundant proteins found in breast milk. We're the first and only U.S.-made formula to use organic, grass-fed whole milk, not skim. We make our formula in our own factories in Iowa, Oregon, and Pennsylvania, using a small batch manufacturing process that works to preserve the integrity of our ingredients. We ran the largest clinical trial by a new infant formula company in 25 years and clinically proved benefits like easier digestion, less gas, and softer poops versus a leading infant formula. We were the first infant formula company to earn the Clean Label Project Purity Award. And while we've put a lot into ByHeart, there's a long list of things you won't see on our ingredient list, like no corn syrup, no maltodextrin, no GMO ingredients, no soy, no palm oil. ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.